Hello everyone, my name is Sycoe. Welcome to episode 3 of my TecHaven world. My goals for today are to finish the quantum miner sorter and add smelting with the extra power that we generate. But before doing that, I really need to clear some room and actually have a real shelter for my machines. I am also tired of sleeping outside. Another thing I'm tired of is monster jerky. We've got the farming pots add-on. I need a new food source. So to speed things up, I went ahead and crafted a few chests, conveyors, and organized my inventory a little. Smelting manually is a time waster, so I'm going to set up a semi-auto furnace to smelt stuff. I'll do it here. So first, place a double chest, put a hopper back into it, put a furnace there, and a hopper into that, hopper into the top, a chest there, chest there. Make this a double chest. I'm gonna go ahead and load this up with coal blocks and get more out of them. And do that and grab all the ores and the stone, because I need smooth stone for building up my factory. And we'll place the coal here. Get the iron going first. Here we go. I do have enough to get this going now. Let's go ahead and finish off the item sorter so that this is completed. Place the chests down. There we go. Let's put hoppers into these. Don't need on the last one. And then conveyors. Okay, so I have iron going into this one. And since the smelter is down on this direction, let's get iron out. What I want is stone to go into there, so yes. Then we'll make this one gold. We'll make this one copper. We'll make this one coal. Alright, I'm gonna set that one to emeralds. Start getting emeralds into this one. Night is falling, so let me go ahead and finish that. Let me go ahead and sleep. It'd be easier if I turned the thing off before I did this. Lapis in there. Redstone in there. And uranium there. This is the completed machine, and as you can see, the items, they come off the quantum miner, they go down for the filter, which then pulls them through and into the chest. Now you also see I made a battery. I noticed that we had 140 power coming down, and we were wasting 40 every time this thing ticks, because every second this thing uses 100 and the other 40 just goes to waste. So I made a battery to see if that's what was happening, and sure enough it is. I want to take the extra power and use it for other machines, possibly a smelter. So we might have to redesign this, but that's going to be for later. I need more room. I also need some supplies. With this mountain, I'm going to need some scaffolding. Another thing I need is to retrieve my books back from my treehouse, Dark Oak Forest. Instead of making you watch all that here, you can catch it all on my After Hours channel. The link will be in the description. Also, please let me know your feelings on these breakaway segments in the comments below. Do you like me separating them out? I appreciate the feedback. I'm trying to keep the flow of the main episode going, and those kind of boring, not much happening segments I was going to put on the After Hours channel for people who enjoy watching that stuff. I imagine not everybody does, or always feels like it. Okay, for those joining me on the journey, I will see you in a bit. For everyone else, we will meet back up now. Welcome back. Almost like I didn't even leave. Let's show you what we got. Got all the books. Grab some bamboo. Went ahead, threw that down, got it going. I gathered all my seeds. I even brought a helmet. Golden helmet to see, can we use that on the iron? We need a diamond. All right, so still can't, gold armor can't be done. Picked up more leather. Getting them glass. I notice I do have some slime balls. Those are going to come in handy for some sticky pistons. But I went ahead and picked up some sand so we can make some glass. Grab my extra barrels, my boat. Grab 2 buckets of water so we can make infinite water. Plus, I was thinking about making a water elevator up or down so that way make it easier to get back up while the climbing. First, what I want to do is throw the sand in here so we can start making some stuff and see what all we got cooking. Now, another thing I noticed while I was out was that I ran into a couple of wandering traders, but I did not have any emeralds on me. So I'm going to make sure I have some now. Keep on me just in case. Okay, so that part's done. Got the quantum miner finished. Now we need to make some farms for food. I am going to take a quick break, get a plan going here for my next step.
Much later.
All right, I have a plan. Need to grow some food, need some bamboo, and some sugarcane. We've got the farming pots add-on. Looking in it, we can use different materials to make these pots. We put in a seed, we put in the soil, and it will automatically grow. We can automate it with a hopper to make them grow faster, but I think that's only for the manual ones. And then these are all the stuff that you can grow. Let's get started on that. I'm going to start building the farming down here. Let's get the polished andesite. We have 6 pots that we can make. Let's go ahead and make the 6 andesite hoppers. And I thought I heard a witch. All right, so what I want to do, start here. We'll make a double chest. Put the hoppers down. Put the dirt. And this will be bamboo. Okay, so we got the bamboo. Let's do for the sugar cane. Barrel. Dirt. Sugar cane. Do carrots. That will be wheat. We use the hoe. Here we go, plant the carrots. Awesome. And we got wheat. Got one more. And we do have seeds for the cotton comes from the farming add-on. I want to try that. And it doesn't look like we can put those in there. What I want to do is go ahead and make it a tree. Can we put a tree in the... No, it's got to be regular dirt. No problem. We'll put a tree in it. Oak tree. Oak trees will give us apples and sticks and such, I believe. We got the farms going, thanks to farming pots that did not take up a lot of room. And so we got the bamboo, sugarcane, carrots, wheat, and oak trees. We'll get some good wood, some apples and such. Now we need to build a shelter and do some clearing. When it comes to clearing out a lot of this stuff, it's going to be a lot of work to do manually. I think first and most important is going to be creating a shelter. Let me take a step back and figure out what kind of pallet I want to make. I do not want a grass floor. We might have to restructure this machine, which might lend us to figuring out what to do about a smelter on top of that. That's going to be the next thing we do here. Let me get my inventory stuff ready and we'll go from there.
One eternity later.
I've been letting this run a little while. I even went and made an infinite water source over here and planted those cotton seeds so we can start getting string, make scaffolding. I need a better variety of blocks. I don't want to just use smooth stone and regular stone. I'm going to head back to that ravine and mine some more. So you know where to go if you want to watch the full mining expedition. And when I'm done, we will all meet back up here. Welcome back. All right, let's check out the results from the mining expedition. But first, you'll notice I made a couple of changes in preparation for what we're about to do. My bed and the chests that were out here, crafting table on crafter, and I moved them back over there as that's going to be where we're going to enclose. And behind me, you'll see I planted a couple of cotton seeds. What I'm gonna do is break them real quick. And you see we got 4 more seeds. And the 2 cotton will make string, but instead of doing that, I'm going to make 2 more cotton seeds, kind of keep the farm going. And while I'm here, I decided to go ahead and make a waterfall. I'll go ahead and make it here as well. Let's go see what we got with from the mining trip. We got a little over 4 stacks of cobbled deep slate, 4 stacks of tuff, 3 stacks of andesite, dorite, and granite. And of course, I've been making smooth stone over in the smelter, and we've got regular stone. The first thing I want to do, then I want to make a stone cutter. So let's put the stone in, see what stone blocks we can make. Of course, we have our stone blocks and our chiseled stone blocks, along with our regular blocks. With tuff, we can do tough bricks. We can do polished tuff. We can do, there's this chiseled tough bricks and chiseled tuff. Now for the deep slate, cobbled deep slate, we can do polished deep slate tiles, deep slate bricks, and chiseled deep slate. Here I was going to make a palette of everything. So we have our stone bricks, the chiseled, and then smooth. Polished tough bricks, chiseled tough bricks, and then chiseled tough. We have deep slate bricks, chiseled deep slate tiles, and polished deep slate. For completeness, we have our polished andesite, dorite, and polished granite. That's kind of the palette that we were working with. So what I am thinking is making the floor out of polished dorite. We're going to make the frame with the deep slate bricks. One of the other things we're going to need to do is move that. So I'm going to go ahead and make the frame real quick, and we'll be right back. There it is. Cobbled deep slate bricks. So I think what I want to do is make a layer of the tough bricks as a transition from the dark deep slate as we would head to the more gray, something like that. I'm liking that. And what I was going to do is take the stone bricks, and that's where I was going to frame out my doors and windows. Something like that. Okay. Then I want to put a big window here. Maybe I'll make that a more rounder one, and then a couple of windows over here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Pretty wide, and we take them almost all the way up. Let me go ahead and add those frames in, and we'll take a look and see how it is. There it is, the frames for the windows. You see I moved it around a little bit. My OCD had it thrown off a little bit here, so I went ahead and put in the wind on those chiseled puff. I decided to go ahead, I'm gonna make kind of more long, rounder windows to kind of go with that. Just a little bit skinnier. I'm gonna use tough. It was because they're so low here and I want to be able to see out a little bit more. It just made a little bit more sense to keep it uniform like that. I was kind of liking that. Still use that for the frame of the door. Probably use that for interior doors and stuff as well. So 2 things I need to do. I need to fix the windmills. I need to bring those over here this way, because eventually that's probably all going to get torn down. I need to bring the entire quantum miner inside. So that's going to be my next project, and then do the windows. It looks like I'm going crazy with the copper. There is a reason for that. One is going to make copper doors. Let me go ahead and install those real quick. I think as those age and turn green, it'll kind of go better with the tough. I have an idea for the roof, but we'll get to that once I move the quantum miner and get that set up. I do plan to remove the wood here, but I also need to do some of the floor. It's getting dark. Raise a place to make the bedroom. So I don't like that I can't see the sun going down. Exactly. We'll fix that later. Get the food up and then go to sleep. Monsters nearby? Really? Oh, great. Must be monsters on the other side of that wall. What about here? Can I sleep here? There we go. Okay, time to get to work. I'll show you when I get the quantum miner set back up. Oh, there you are. I got the windmills moved. I'll show you what I did. Move the windmills over here. I made a double layer of deep slate cobblestone bricks. And I went ahead, since I'm getting copper anyway, made these copper crates. I'll have to look the name of them up in a minute. I thought this might give us a see-through roof while still giving us a roof. I didn't want to use glass for a roof, but I wanted to still be able to kind of have a sunlight or have like a skylight. I'll have to see if it rains through this. This is all the copper I have, but I was also thinking I could start lining up some more windmills across here, get some more power going down. But I still got to fill in that wall. Yes, make a roof over here. Okay, so that won't have to be filled in. And now I'm gonna go ahead and finish these windows. So I'm gonna need some tough bricks.
20 minutes later.
All right, so I like that window. I have to move the cable as I don't like how that window is trying to attach to it. That's okay. I did have that neat design here on the bottom, but I didn't like it. I kind of like being able to see a little bit more in that angle. Yeah, I like almost feeling like there's no window here. So what I need to do is re-angle that. I know it seems counterproductive to put the dirt down, but I'm gonna get to those in a minute. Still need to seal that wall in. I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. There we go, that wall's in. Eventually that will get filled in as I start clearing this out and maybe moving that wall back. So we'll deal with that then. I'm gonna redo some retexturing to this stuff. I'm just gonna leave it there for now so we have it filled in. Main thing now is to get it enclosed. That's what we want to really accomplish here. And now let's go move that thing. Nice, like it. That in, that looks nice. We do need to light that up, but we'll worry about lighting in a bit. All right, sun's going down. There are monsters nearby. Oh man, so I'm looking around and it must be that witch on the other side of that wall. Move the bed over and I'm still denied. Not letting me sleep because there are monsters nearby and I don't see the monsters, so let's go ahead and put our bed right back out here. All this work so I don't have to sleep into the stars. I wind up sleeping under the stars because of all of this crap over here. Oh wow. That was the next thing I was afraid of. Spiders. What I'm gonna do is fill in the roof with copper as far as I can go, and then do the granite for the rest of it. Now that I think about it, this all should have been slabs just to keep them from being able to spawn up here, but hopefully that'll get solved when we do the coppers. We'll finish the copper over it. I'm liking that so far. I do have some retexturing to do. Change up those tough blocks so that it's not all one, especially when you got a big wall like that. Might start some small little farms out here. I definitely want to lower that bridge down, make that nicer. Whoa, okay, Enderman spawning up here. Well, we got us a shelter. I know one of my plans was to put a smelter in. What I need to do now is figure out exactly how that's going to work. First, it's demolition time. All right, demolition is complete. So now I need to lay out the rest of the sorting line. Put a stone column there. Put stairs there to go into that. put stair there to go around. There and there. I want to put ladders going up the back so I can get up on top. So right now, ores will be coming this way, and what I need to do is set the power furnace here. And I need to break that and break that. I'm gonna have ores going this way where they will be smelted and keep going this way. Okay, now what I need to do is put the chest down for what will be bars that I have, copper, gold, and iron. But then I need to put the hoppers into it. And the conveyors. So this will be stone. This will be copper. This will be gold. And this will be iron. I do not want all of my stone being turned into smooth stone, so I will be manually doing that or setting up some other system for that later. Right now, I want to save some of the stone for building up this mountain. So all we got to do now is apply the power. I will come down. I don't want to turn it on quite yet. Let's run cable there. And up. And there. So that'll run the cable into it. We just have to turn it on, but since it's nighttime, let me sleep and we'll get it running early in the morning. Here we go. Now let's power it up. Should be running. Now we can watch it from here. We'll wait for an ore to come. There goes the copper, it gets smelted, goes right into the container. Awesome. Here's the iron. Comes the gold. Perfect. Got it working. We've done a lot today. Made some farms with the Farming Pots add-on. We completed the sorter, tore it down, and added power furnace for smelting. And finally built a shelter that we can't sleep in yet, unfortunately. I'm thinking next episode I want to try out the Villager Plus add-on and see what they can do. Clear out some of those mobs. So if you haven't already, please subscribe so you don't miss it. Also, hit the like button and comment below. Even if it's just to say hello, I would greatly appreciate it. It will help the YouTube algorithm get this out to other people and help our community grow. Thank you for watching, and now I'm going to get some sleep. Just because I have to sleep outside doesn't mean I have to do it in the complete rain. Thank you again for watching. This is Sycoe. I'm out.